Hello. It's me, it's Tracy. I'm here. I haven't done a live for a hot minute. Hello. Good evening. Let's see if I can get some friends on here. Hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hi.
I'm not used to being on this part of the screen.
How are you?
I gotta turn this up.
I know, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Sarah's gonna be a minute. She's
Baby things.
doing baby things. Hi, Jessica. Yeah. I haven't done a live on my account in so long. I couldn't, for some reason, couldn't get it to come up on my iPad. So now I have to do it on my phone.
Scotland. Didn't you do one in Scotland?
Yeah. Yes. It's probably.
I think
it's
even
been a
when
very
we
long
came back,
time.
when we talked, it was on my account, I think, when we did our recap.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Is this a breaking
Sarah.
news? This is a breaking news live.
Breaking news live. Yeah. I'm sure we've all heard the news by now. But we just wanted to come on here and, chat about it a little bit. Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Sarah. How's it going?
How are
you? I'm good.
Good.
If I have to step away, just know that it's not because I want to. I'm just hoping that Peyton cooperates. So
you have her?
She's right here.
How is she?
Hi, baby.
Oh.
So I'm really crossing my fingers that it all goes well.
It's fine either way.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we just wanted to. Hi, Linz. We just wanted to come on here for a little bit and just chat about today's news, and I wanted to just see how y'all feeling about it.
So what is the news, Tracy?
What
you haven't heard it?
Is the news? Oh my God, I'm so happy.
I was gonna say.
Well, if you haven't heard, we are getting in season 8 of Outlander. 10 episodes. Yeah. I'm thrilled. I was starting to lose a little hope, thinking that season 7 was going to be the end, only really based on the fact that they hadn't said anything about season 8. And just from a lot of the behind the scenes things that are, whisperings and whatever that we've heard about what they might be filming now. And so, like I said, I was just starting to not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Is that the saying? So when I saw that this morning, I was just like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, every time we've talked about it, I've been like, I hope so, but I don't want to get my hopes up. So I was kind of guarding my heart a little bit.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. I didn't want to be too optimistic because I didn't want to get so crushed. So I'm happy because also by the time we get through season 7, it's going to be 2024. So you know what I mean? By the time we even get season 8, it's going to be 2025. We have a way to go.
Yeah,
we have a way to go.
Because they probably, because if they do what they normally have done, they won't even start filming until after season 7 is over, out. But maybe they won't do that because.
And I wonder, we haven't found out whether they are splitting season 7, correct? But we're under the assumption that they are.
Everyone feels like it would make sense to do some kind of a hiatus between episodes 8 and 9, just to break it up a little bit, because that's what they did with season 1. Right. but no, we don't know. So people, sorry, there's a lot of people asking questions. I never thought it would continue being one book, one season, especially once we got to season 5 and they were adding a lot of 6. Yeah. Then I knew that they were going to try to just like hit the highlights. Like,
yeah,
you can't expect them to get everything. Yeah. Season 7 is 16 episodes. Season 8 will be 10.
I feel like in season 7 they're going to be covering the rest of book 6.
I feel like 7, it's going to be most of book 8 based on what we've seen them filming.
Yeah. So technically season 8 could be a combination of books 9 and 10, with obviously Diana's consulting because she hasn't finished writing it yet, but maybe she will by the time they start filming.
Like, I was in some other, just some things I've seen on social media, people are like, there's no way book 10 will be done by the time they'd be working on this. And I was like, I don't know. I think she's already writing it, isn't she?
It took 7 years to do book 9, so that's my fear. Then she'll drop daily pages from something else that she's writing, and you're like, no, can you focus? Just focus on this one.
One project at a time.
Focus on book 10.
For me, it's more of like, do you think that she would give away book 10 secrets to be in the final season, but before she publishes them?
Right.
Well, and that's what one of the comments, I think, in one of the chat groups, was it from Rima? I don't remember, who said that she, because she knows how it ends, and she doesn't write linear, and she writes in little pieces and stuff. She's probably got her little notes all over the place, and she just has to find them and stick them together.
She has the broad strokes done, and then it's going back and adding in those details that you're like, oh, like when we're reading it and we're like, I love this, but it would never make the show. Like those moments.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's gonna let the show spoil the ending of her book. I think Brittany, I think she would.
I mean, I think it has to, because she's already told Sam how it ends, and they've both been very.
That doesn't mean that that's what she's gonna let them do.
When it doesn't have to necessarily end on the same exact spot, I do think it could definitely, they could find a way to pull things in that she's going to be including in book 10, but have like an open ending, maybe not to give away like the complete ending of book 10. I don't know.
And there's always the thought of movies, doing what show was that Downton Abbey did, and do a movie later. But who knows? Who knows? We don't know. Yeah, the J thing, but like Nicole said, that could just be a book thing, not a show thing.
To come up with an ending that is satisfying, that doesn't necessarily go with what she's written for the book. Like, it still will feel like, because there's a strong possibility we'll get the series finale before we ever get book 10. So we won't know what we're missing until book 10 comes out. So she might be doing that. They might be doing that intentionally. Yeah. Like, you won't be disappointed if you don't know what to be disappointed about.
Yeah.
They better not even.
I saw somebody say, if they pull a Game of Thrones, I would be so mad. I don't know exactly where I've heard this, but I think that the cast and Diana and everybody involved in Outlander has pretty well committed to saying they won't let that happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have to be too worried about being disappointed. I just am curious to see how it happens.
And that's the one thing. And that's the one thing I like about this cast and crew and whatever. They want to make us happy. I feel like they want to make us happy, and they want to leave it on a good, ending. Because, not ideally, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Sam and Katrina could have been done after season 7, because their contracts are up.
That was the big clue that I had that we were getting in 8 when they were made the executive producers for 7. Because I was like, I bet that was a negotiation thing. Like, if you guys do season 8, we'll make you executive producers. Like, you'll get that bump up as well. But I mean, I think
Yeah.
I think having Meryl involved, who, you know, and even Matt, say what you want about him, like they do want to see the series through. Like the Game of Thrones thing, those two writers, was it Dan and Dave, the two producers, they wanted out of their contract to go and do other
before
stuff.
it even
and so
ended.
they forced that final season into like a much shorter, what was it, like 6 episodes, Lens?
8, I think.
Was it?
I think so, because I think it was the 8th one that was terrible.
Well, the back half of the season, you were
I
just
didn't
like
watch
they were rushing so many things to just wrap everything
They
up.
just absolutely forgot storylines. I don't
and it was
think
just
this is going to be that.
They just wanted to be done, and I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah.
I think they're committed to finishing it at a place that the fans are going to be happy with, and not like drawing it out so far that, like, I'm all about quality over quantity, and like I'm just as sad as anybody else that it's ending, but I've loved too many shows, not as much as I love Outlander, but I've loved too many shows that I've seen go season after season, and you're like, oh, another season. And then they end up like, I don't know, it kind of, the plot gets watered down, and it's just
lost their vision.
I want them to end at a really good place that there's not going to be any regrets past it.
I 100%, like there are those series where you're like, you've just committed so much time to them, you have to see it through, but the show is kind of just slowly fizzled. Like I would rather them go out on a high note and leave us wanting more than be like, oh man, they should have just stopped while they were ahead, you know?
Do you guys think that's a possibility?
Yeah.
Sorry, Linz.
No,
like to end the show earlier than what the books will conclude.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a book reader. I know I'm going to probably upset the whole comment section, Fruit Basket. But I discovered the show first, and I would like to see the show first, or only read up until the point that the show has been filmed, or, you know, what's been released so far. Because I'd like to save and look forward to something after the show's over. And I think the books will they have more details in the show. So
yeah, absolutely.
And there's a lot of people that are like that. Some that don't even, I mean, lots that don't read any of the book, like even up to where they're watching. So obviously there is a whole portion of the fandom that is all just about the show. And I think that's great too. And I do think, I mean, it makes sense that it doesn't necessarily have to go to the completion of the book. So I definitely think there's a possibility.
I feel like there's a freedom in that, not being a book reader and just being a show watcher, because you know, as book readers, you're expecting so much.
You're looking for certain plot points. You want certain scenes to play out exactly the way you picture. I mean, we've all complained about the ones that we were like, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's no doubt that just like anything else, the books are always going to be better than the show. You know, I have no question that that's the case, but I want to save that for a little bit later. All the good stuff. Yeah. So I feel lucky to not have an expectation right now, but I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's 100% true, because there are, as a book reader and a show watcher, there are some times that the show has actually done it better.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to have the two perspectives. But like Katrina says, you know, what did she say? That we don't want to, this was very early on. She said, and I posted this video, it was like one of their first videos about, you know, they're not doing it exactly like the books. It's like a companion series. The show is like a companion series.
Each one of them complements each other.
Which I think is,
so
you can't do it exactly. That's exhausting, you know, and there are certain things that just don't translate.
Yeah.
So I think, you know,
we've heard that.
I'm also wondering, so my one comparison, like I watched The Walking Dead, and so I watched some of the spinoffs, and I know whenever they first introduced the first spinoff, I'm pretty sure it was like Walking Walking Dead, that season ended, and then there was a longer time in between seasons, and they introduced the first spinoff between. So, like, I'm wondering if season 8 could get pushed out further, not making it necessarily a year and a half, or whatever, after season 7.
So you're thinking Blood of My Blood would come out before
Season
or
8.
Or in tandem,
Like in between, yeah.
Which
I'm wondering how they'll do that.
That's a thought.
Not. I'm excited for Blood of My Blood. I'm not like, oh my god, I can't, like.
We already know the story. Well,
I'm not.
We know
invested
a
in
lot
those
of the
characters
story
the way I am with main series, and so
yeah.
it'll be great to have something else that's Outlander adjacent in that way when this when it ends. But I don't want it to prolong.
Yes. But I
don't want it to prolong either. And I was really looking to the Lord John series.
That's something I would be really excited about too, but I would be surprised if you think it would slow down season 8? Because I would be surprised if there's a ton of overlap with the people that are does that make any am I making any sense? It'd be completely new cast.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
Right.
But it's the writers and the crew
all the
and Matt and
locations probably.
They couldn't do. I don't think they could do both projects at the same time.
I just hope that they wait to do it till 8 is over. I don't want to wait too much longer for season 8.
Well, and the thing is, greenlit it just means that they're going to start.
Right.
You know, the series was picked up, but they weren't doing anything on it. And now that it's been greenlit, they can actually start like hiring writers and like it's the beginning stage.
It's just saying we're starting.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I do like what Brittany said, Wayward McKay, about having Sam as Jamie narrating his parents' story. That would be
cool.
I do wonder if he'll have some part in it, or I mean, it wouldn't be Katrina, but
Myrta's story
I could listen
so cool to see as a younger character. I feel like Myrta.
Who?
I know I say that weird.
Yeah,
Myrta. Whatever.
I think you say it like, what's her face says it? Why can't I think of her name? No,
Diana?
who reads the books? Who reads
Davina?
Davina.
Oh.
That's it.
Davina.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how she says it.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we didn't announce that we were doing this live because I just had the spur of the moment thought, hey, let's do a live.
This is our therapy session.
Yeah, it's our therapy session. I just wanted to talk about it because, all the news came out, and we were chatting about it in our group chats and, in our comments and on our posts and stuff like that. But actually, to be honest, I haven't read a lot of the comments on my posts because I haven't had time.
So speaking of a therapy session, how is everyone feeling? Like we've talked about what we think, but like, what are our emotions?
I mean, when I honestly, when I first heard about it, I got really teary, and then I was good. But then when my husband came home from work, and I was like, honey, season 8's gonna come out. Watch this. I asked him to watch the trailer. He doesn't watch the show, but I said, watch this trailer, and I cried showing it to him.
I have cried today.
Yeah, I didn't cry like tears falling. I did get a little like filled up because of just the implications of what it means to be ending. Like I said, like I am thrilled that we're getting a season 8 because I wasn't sure that we were. And so I will take whatever they want to give us because it's more than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm sure I'll feel more emotional when they're like, they're going to be doing like clips of like, it's our last first day, like all of those things. And that will be really hard. Right now, it's still far enough away. that I'm okay.
I feel like I'm riding the high where like I haven't thought about much further than like it ending, just because I feel like all this time, like this entire Outlander, we've just been like wanting something, like wanting them to give us things, and like mostly from Seven. And I feel like so many people were scared that season 7 was going to be the end. And like there was a part of me that felt like there was a chance. I feel like I was trying to manifest it because I was like, they haven't said a word about season 7 being the final season. Like they would be making a big deal if it was going to be the end.
Yeah.
So I feel like whenever they made the announcement, I was like way up here because I was like, we're getting it.
Yeah.
Like how many shows do you know of that are like this successful that make it to this point? And like just the fact that we're getting that one more season, like that's all I can ask for. So I feel like I've been more on the positive side of it. Like instead of people immediately going to, oh, look, they announced our permanent Droughtlander, I'm like, oh, look, we have a whole nother season. Like we're getting this 16 episode season and then getting a whole nother season that will hopefully give them plenty of time to wrap it up and put it in a place where we're like happy with
26 more episodes, 26 hours.
Yeah. I guess I was really thinking about like the fact that I knew logically there's an end to the show, right? Like there's going to be an end to the book series, but I got a little emotional. Maybe it's my, I don't know, hormones being goofy since I just had a baby, but started thinking about the beginning of when I discovered the show and the friends that I made through it. And that's what got me. I don't want to cry right now.
She said as we all start crying.
Yeah, somebody had left a comment. Can you imagine the tears at the studio, like on the last? Yeah, but like think of all the good that has come from it. Like, I think experiencing the show or the books on its own is enough of a cool experience. Yeah. But then if you get connected to the fandom and you become friends with people and they change your lives and you talk to them every day, like that's what I was like, oh, I just hope that never ends. I don't think it will, but this is what started it all, and now that's kind of like coming. There's a horizon for that. Yeah, it is bittersweet. Anyways, that's what I thought of. I thought of New York Comic Con in 2019. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I was talking about it last night at book club, how like we all met in initially in 2019, and then like 5 months later the world shut down. Like it was crazy that it was like it didn't feel like it was that soon after. And then we all kind of just like leaned on each other. Like, but the thing that I'm just like, what makes me sad is thinking about like all like the compilation videos they're going to release of like the cast hugging each other on the last day.
Ready for that.
Like the casting crew, you know how they always show like the crew at the end, and like that's what's going to be like just twist the knife for me. And like there's going to be a time when we're not going to be getting new content, like where all of our accounts are just going to be like, hey, remember when? Or,
I was actually thinking about that today, and I was like, okay, well, what will I do? Will I keep posting Outlander stuff? And I thought, you know what, I probably will keep posting Outlander stuff, but I think what I also will do is keep posting stuff about what the cast members are doing, you know, what Sam's doing, what Katrina's doing, and all their, you know, all the other cast members and all their projects that they're doing. And then, you know, throwing in, you know, retro Outlander. There's whatever, just BTS, not BTS, but flashback stuff and whatever. Yeah, I still will, because I feel like since it's on Netflix and not even all the seasons are even out yet on Netflix, there's always going to be new people coming.
Keep posting this stuff that you're posting, because Jess and I, Sass and I TikTok, we were Marco Poloing today, and we were comparing this. We were thinking about that too. What are we going to do when Outlander's over? there's still people that listen to podcasts about The Office, and that show has been over for years. And because there's new generations still discovering it. And I don't know, I think there's always going to need to be a place for fans to connect because it's such a powerful story, and it helps, I don't know, it just helps to process it all when you have like accounts like this. So I don't know.
And I feel like there's always going to be people finding it. Like you said, Tracy, like there's going to be people finding it on Netflix or finding it. Like when I found it, I didn't even know that it was like a show that was like currently airing. I didn't know that we were in Outlander. It was just like, oh, look at this. I'll start it. So I feel like that's going to keep happening, and there's going to be people coming back, and they're all going to go through the same trend of like, okay, how many people can I follow on my Instagram that are going to give me Outlander content? So it's definitely going to continue on of just like that recurring
or like
theme.
asking questions. I feel like I had so many questions when I first discovered it. I couldn't make sense of anything, so I found things on accounts or through chats or people that I would meet that could answer these questions. Thankfully, they were your book reader folks, because that a lot of stuff didn't make sense to me. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. There is a lot of stuff in the show that only book readers would get.
If you're okay with spoilers,
You're gonna have
what'd you
to
say?
read those books someday.
I know. I'm
You're
in
gonna have
the
to read
middle
those books
of
someday.
Waypoints right now, so be proud of me for reading that.
I haven't even started it.
It's good. It's really good.
I haven't started
read
it
like
either.
the first 20% of it.
Yeah, I haven't started. I have still never finished Clanlands.
I read Clanlands and listened to it. I haven't done the Almanac yet.
That's the same with me.
I'm not yet. Yeah, in any
I haven't
rush.
read that either.
No offense, Sam and Graham.
Hey, how long did he take to watch Belfast? I think we can give ourselves some
Yeah.
credit. Yeah.
Good point.
What's the best? Like, what's the best movie you watched in 2022?
Just watched
He's
it
like,
the
Belfast.
It's a good thing he watched it, because I mean, how would he have
I know.
answered that question with her standing right there?
Maria's listened to Waypoints 3 times already.
You go, girl.
I mean, his voice is so
Yeah, it is a
I feel like there's
bit
some parts that
mesmerizing.
and I'm like literally 4 chapters in the book. I don't know. There's some parts that I've rewound and listened to multiple times, but I haven't listened to the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah.
I have too many Marco Polos to listen to. It's keeping me.
That does keep you busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very good. Hey, I will let somebody else hop on, or I can head out so you guys can rotate if you want a new guest. But okay.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna
right.
have Maria
Good to
come
see
on
you
for a minute.
all. Miss your face.
Sarah.
Sarah. Here, one more time. Let me see her.
Bye. Oh yeah.
Oh, she's awake.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, I gotta hear the news, Mom.
How old is she?
She's already. Yeah. Did you hear
She, what, a
Droughtlander?
week and a
Eternal Droughtlander is on the horizon.
Look at her.
She's part of
looking
the
at
next
you.
generation
Yes.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
gonna
she's
come
so
back
sweet.
and be running these pages after us. I've already
Right.
said that about my kids. Like my kids are gonna be book club after me.
You won't inherit a lot of money from mommy, but you'll get my Outlander accounts.
And that's worth more.
All right. Have a good night, ladies. I'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. Bye. All right. Maria, where are you? You got a request, girl.
I'm also, one of my thoughts too is I'm just like genuinely happy because Outlander gave something that we're gonna miss so much.
Right.
Like, I know it's gonna be sad, and like I said, I'm trying to push those thoughts way far away, a year, 2 years, whatever down the road. But
She needs.
How do I request her? Oh, send the request, Maria. Boo, 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 and then we'll get you in here.
I want to see Maria.
Okay. Here she comes.
Yeah,
Well, this was a
there
fun
she is.
spontaneous.
Hey! Oh my God! It looks like I have nothing on with my shirt here.
Oh.
Maria's
I guess I should
coming on
button
naked.
it up a little bit more. I don't want to be like,
Button
Sign
yourself
on
up
OnlyFans
there,
and
girl.
come on over here.
yeah, sorry, No.
Are those aren't your new glasses, are they?
Oh,
Somebody wants
no.
to see
I have
you
to
in
go
your new
downstairs
glasses.
to get them. I'm not going to do that.
Not
right
worth
now.
it.
No, sorry.
Oh, well.
They can watch last night's live if they want to see them that bad.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So thoughts,
My thoughts,
Maria? What are yours?
I did a little video yesterday, and I'm like, I'm going to talk about. I really think there's going to be a season 8. I know it. And then, I think I just set everything in motion.
Yeah,
I said that, and then
you.
they decided, okay, Maria said that, so we're going to announce it now. So, oh, you got your hair cut?
Mhm.
Let me see. I can't tell.
I did.
Because you did get a lot cut off.
You can't hardly tell. I got 8 inches
Wow,
cut
It looks
off,
great.
and you can hardly
No,
tell.
it's nice.
It feels so much lighter. I don't like how
Yeah.
he styled it because he ironed it so flat that I look
No, you
like
don't.
Gloria Steinem.
Stop it. And she's beautiful. So even if you did.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
But yeah, but I did notice just in the mirror like 10 minutes ago before we started this that most of the brown he cut off.
yeah.
So it's
You're like
mostly all gray now. Mhm.
Yeah.
I've come into my full
Jim
power,
happy, Tracy?
which is really fun because I'm so
now Jim can see the cherries.
Whatever. Yes. Cherries are yeah. But it's so funny because my hairdresser, he's a guy. And she's like, so how much do you want cut off? And I said, oh, right above the boob. And he says, for the visual, for Jim,
Yeah.
And I said, yes. So he already knows.
Reference
He
point.
knows it's right above the
That's
boob.
so funny.
Mhm.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, I
No.
cut you off,
mean,
Maria. Go ahead.
Was typing away like you guys were talking, and I'm like, ugh. Now I don't even know everything that I said. I said, and I was talking to my sister on the phone, so I finally had to be like, okay, I have to go because she kept repeating the same thing. Like, okay, it's time to move things along. But I don't know if you guys covered this already, but I think season 8 will cover probably whatever they didn't cover in season 7, and then in 8, and then book 8 and 9, and I'm thinking maybe book 10. I don't know. Might come out.
It depends on what she lets them use.
No, I know. So
yeah.
I'm just praying that the book will be out before.
I think I don't know. I just have a feeling it will. I mean, she talks a lot about how, she has book 10 to finish, and just I don't know.
My guess, I'm just guessing, obviously, because I don't know the woman, but my guess is with this announcement is that she's
I think it'll be done before. I mean, because if you think about it, they're still filming season 7. We know it's going to start in
The summer.
That's they're going to take a year for that. With it starting, they're probably going to do the first episodes and then do a second half. That'll take us into next winter, and then they'll start filming again season 8. They're going to drag this out.
That's all of 2024. We won't see season 8
right.
until
So we have all this time
sometime.
for.
Well, and that's my thought too. And I think somebody said this in the comments earlier when I mentioned about Blood in My Blood. If they would potentially put that in between season 7 and 8, that would give more time that Diana could finish her book, and that maybe they could be kind of in sync. So maybe the book could be released at the time that they could release season 8.
It's going to depend on the timing. Idea. I don't know, because it's it's not like they're going to have. What am I trying to say? She's going to have to be writing and giving them plot points as she's finishing, so then they can be writing the season as she. It's going to be a tandem thing, and hope that it works out that way, because they can't wait for her to finish the book and then give them the information.
Well, she would be finished the book whenever it would be going through like the reviewing and editing process.
Right.
So like technically all of the plot points may already be done by that point.
Yeah.
But then obviously it takes how much longer until it can be published.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something to think about.
I just don't.
It would also give Sam and Katrina.
Right. Yeah.
That's very true. I did see that comment earlier.
Yeah.
Something about
Did somebody
like,
say that?
I don't know if it was in a group chat or like a comment somewhere that they were saying, well, if they wait long enough or they like reboot it later, they would be the age of their characters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against, I honestly don't care how they do it. I'm just very thrilled that we're going to get
I know.
an end, I know a lot of people are bummed. There were so many people that I did read some of the comments. A lot of people were upset that it wasn't going to go further than 8.
We didn't know if it was going to go further than 7.
They can't.
Right. I know. I'm just thrilled that there is an 8. And
yeah,
I think they're going to wrap it up nicely.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to leave us hanging. They know how the fans are. And I think that they'll do it justice.
Yeah.
I have confidence in them that it's, not going to be like a Game of Thrones train wreck that was for anybody who, it won't be like that. They wouldn't do that to us.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I originally wanted to just keep this to a half an hour.
Yeah.
There's too much to talk about.
But there is too much to talk about, and we can do this again anytime. Yeah, the fans put on pressure. I don't think they'll leave us. No, I don't think so either, Sarah. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think all along, I know that Sam has been saying they want to see it through to the end. I think Katrina has probably said that too, and I'm just really, really happy that they all want to do that and give us that. So however it turns out, which one they do first, or whatever, Blood of My Blood or season 8, I don't care. I honestly don't.
I will say,
I'm going to be here. I'm going to be
I will
here.
say, reading the later books has made me very excited for Blood of My Blood. I'm not like giving spoilers or anything, but just like parts of backstory, it makes me really excited to see what they're going to do with that series. And knowing that Diana's a part of it, like, I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
It's made by Stars.
Yeah.
Netflix has it, syndicated over there for the first, 5 seasons now? But it's made.
Yes.
I think so. Is it 5 seasons? I don't even go there. I don't know.
Anyway.
Real quick, somebody had asked earlier, Sage Moon, yes. So we were just talking about that we don't know for sure about book 10, but we're hoping that maybe before season 8 is actually aired, that book 10 maybe will be out, but we don't know for sure. Somebody else said something about, do we think that Diana was in with like negotiations for season 8, like in kind of correlating it with her book, and to make sure that, we don't know. I
feel like she might have been, if they have been using her as a consultant this whole time, they would probably, have had her.
I'm sure that she
in the
was,
meetings.
Made away. She
My
talks
guess.
about how like she's not there all the time and they don't run everything by her, but they do run stuff by her. And I'm sure something like this, that it's going to be the last season, is something that I think would be very important that they let her in on what was going on with that.
Well, especially because
so.
They're going to finish filming 7. They're not going to start filming 8 right away, but they're going to start working on 8 right away.
Yeah.
So they need to bring her in, because I would bet, I don't want to say this, but I would bet money that she's not going to have book 10 finished when season 7 ends. It's going to, it would make sense for her as an author to have book 10 come out before season 8 does.
Yes.
But that puts a lot of pressure on her, considering Bees just came out last year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that she has more of it written. I think that she has a lot of it done, and she just has to do fine tuning, maybe some extra research. But she already knew how it was going to end, so it's just getting there.
I mean, yes, that's the hope, is that she's got most of it written.
Yeah,
they're just guesses.
We don't know for sure.
Guesses.
We know
nothing. Diana gabbled on.
We just know how happy we are
Yes.
that we're getting season 8. Very, very happy. Well, thanks everybody for coming on to this spontaneous live to chat with us. If anybody ever has any questions or whatever, feel free to DM me, because I like answering messages and
we
talking
don't have
to people
a title
and
for her
whatever,
final book.
So. If you had to guess, what do you think it would be?
I mean, if they're
no idea.
Pretty left, they're not something that you would just think of,
Yeah,
Never would have guessed that.
The Go Tell the Bees.
I didn't even know about that.
No.
But I do love that so much now that reading the book and now that it's such a theme in the world of Outlander. I love the whole concept of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to guess.
Yeah. Well, I just went on to her website because somebody had said, did she post anything on her website? So I went on it, and it was just recently she posted about book 10. She has some excerpts from different chapters from book 10. And she wrote, book 10, which does not have a title yet, will be the 10th in my Outlander series of major novels, which focus on Jamie and Claire.
Yeah.
So she just said will be the 10th in my Outlander series.
She keeps hinting. She goes,
I
know. Might not.
Well, we gotta hurry
woman,
because we need these before something would happen to her.
The thing is, listen.
Yeah.
We were talking about ending things before they fizzle. And don't get me wrong, I loved book 9. Loved it. But there was a lot of filler in there.
Yeah.
It was not my favorite that she's written. And I'm afraid that there's so much hype for the end of the series and and I think that's kind of what happened with Bees. There was such an expectation. This was the first book that, had come out, I think, since the show had started. And so people were like, when did Moby come out?
Wasn't it right before the show aired?
Or book 8 hadn't been out yet. When they were filming season 1, I know.
Okay.
2014.
It came out
so
2014,
this one was the first one where there was a huge fan base looking forward to it, and so I worry that the expectation is going to be so high that if she's like, oh, just kidding, there's a book 11, we'll be like, oh my god.
Well, plus we want some of the other things too. I, for one, really want, I know she's mentioned multiple times about doing something with Master Raymond and different people that are similar to Claire.
Right.
And even with the backstory of Brian and Ellen. So I want those too. At some point you have to book end the series.
Book 10 first. Right. Finish book 10 and
yes.
Yeah. Have that be please.
Yep. Yeah. I like an end. I don't want it to just fall off.
And strong.
I need it to
and that's
end.
the same that's why I feel like I'm so solid in getting this information about the show, because like I said, I'm sad it's ending, and I'm sad that this thing that brought us together is coming to an end, even though we'll rewatch it 5 million times.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's out of respect, not only for the story, but also for the actors that are playing them, and for all the people that create this show for us. Like you said, I don't want it to just fizzle and the story to get watered down, but I also want the people that create it to be happy with what they've put in and to have a spot where they can say, okay, I am happy with where it is and I'm glad that this is where it ended.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. The end may not be the end. I mean,
Yes,
it's a time travel.
so. There
show,
is no end.
Possible.
There is no
Circle.
end. It'll be really fun and interesting when it is done to see where Katrina and Sam go as far as their careers and stuff. So I'm sure that they have already.
I'm sure they do, because think about, they're going to have a break between when filming season 7 ends and when they start filming season 8. Just think about, I'm sure they're already working on.
Oh yeah, they probably already have.
Like you said. Oh yeah, they already have things.
We still haven't even gotten men in kilts too.
I know, there's been silence about it.
That's coming out this spring, I think, or this summer. Sometime this year. It's coming out this year.
Because it was on the coming in 2023, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we have?
You need a
I also date. What are you guys' guesses for like what time frame in summer we're getting season 7?
Oh god, I have no
when
clue.
Is the French LandCon? When is that? Because I would bet that they were going to screen episode 1.
Oh, isn't that like in April?
July? No, it's like July.
Yeah, it's July.
Yes, because it was. Wait, no. What was the one that was going on when we were?
Oh, that was the
Scotland?
Highlander 5. Yeah. Or June. Okay.
Would they do it then?
No, the Paris
in
one
Scotland?
is June.
You think they would do it at the Paris one? And
well,
maybe.
We don't know if there is a Highlander. Do we know if there's another? I was thinking, yes, Jess, about World Outlander Day. It was kind of in the back of my mind as like the June 1st kind of World Outlander Day.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know either.
Who knows?
All right,
I don't know.
I have to pack.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yes.
You're leaving tomorrow.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Oh, Riley threw up again last night.
All right.
Oh no.
We went to the doctor today. Never ending.
It's just never ending.
Wow.
I hope it is, and I hope he gets better.
Yeah, hopefully super quick.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and
all right.
Maybe we'll do this again sometime.
Never know when we'll pop up.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Bye.